Hi there, my name is Catherine, and today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways in which thinking like a detective can help us to master must-be-true questions on the LSAT. The first way that acting like a detective can help us out is by channeling Sherlock when he's lecturing to Watson, and when we go through the stimulus, trying to recount to ourselves exactly what we have learned and how these facts fit together. We want to start thinking about those connections and making sure that we've mastered every single detail of the case before we move on to the next step. Now, after we make sure that we understand every premise, especially if we've got conditional or causal reasoning, we then want to move on to really making sure that when we look at those answer choices, we are sticking to the facts of the case. This is definitely not the time for wild speculation. We want to be certain beyond a shadow of a doubt that whatever conclusion we come to is going to be one that's verifiable. We're looking for 100% certainty here. If we kind of imagine that the stakes are similar to a detective solving the case of a murder trial, that's probably going to get us there. Now, the third way that acting like a detective is going to help us out is by using process of elimination, and particularly using a super high level of scrutiny here. We want to go through every single answer choice with a magnifying glass and a fine-tooth comb, making sure that we are catching every single detail. It's often going to be one little issue that throws the entire case off, so to speak. We're going to look at those answer choices one by one and see if there's anything that contradicts those facts that we outlined and monologued earlier. We want to find the one that we know for absolute certain is going to be true. Now, another thing that often ends up being the case when we're using process of elimination here is that sometimes at the end of the day, despite all of the red herrings, despite all of the answer choices that might feel compelling, oftentimes, it was just the butler that did it. Sometimes it's going to be the simplest answer that's correct. So we want to remember to also keep in mind that boring answers can also be true. If it's the last suspect remaining on our list, oftentimes that's the one we're going to land on. Now, not every LSAT question is going to be quite as exciting as a murder mystery, but if we bring out those skills that we developed by reading mystery novels and playing Clue as a kid, it can ultimately help us out in conquering these must-be-true questions.